the dichotomous nature between him and Wade. Because to me, I'm gonna be honest with you again. This film just really feels like uh Batman, who hasn't gotten over the death of maybe his parents, Robin or Alfred or whatnot, but he's paired with Booster Gold of all people. That's the vibe I personally get from this film. Because Booster Gold, at least Booster Gold, let's be honest, the dude would have respect. But Deadpool of all people profanes what is sacred. Anything he turns into a joke, which is a recurring theme in this film. But I think that's why people liked it too, because they're polar opposites. Because opposites do attract. No pun intended, because there was a lot of homosexual, innuendos in this film. For some reason, maybe I'm biased, but for some reason it's less egregious than in The Flash. The Ezra Miller is just annoying, but somehow Deadpool ain't. And the way the two dudes at the end try to sacrifice himself, and that's another thing. Again, with these multiverse films, it's like they bite more than they swallow. They start stuff, but they don't really conclude it. Remember that weird monster in the Deadpool verse? I know most of this comes from some comics. Some of which are obscure comics, but I know they do have a literature source that inspired it, right? But there was this weird monster in the void, right? Because, Deadpool for some reason feels like Mad Max, and the hooded enemies with masks feels a little bit like Destiny 2. A little bit of weird aesthetic choices going on, but for some reason, I'm telling you, they just start stuff, but they don't end it. They don't be ending it. They just be beginning stuff. They don't end. Like, what was that? What was the point of that big monster stuff? What was the stakes? It was going to swallow Deadpool and Wolverine, and I guess other allies like Blade, Elektra, Gambit, got a weird accent, and Laura or X-23. They jumped through the portal, and that scene just seemed hard to believe for me. The way they jumped, they would have fell before they reached the portal. Couldn't they jump a little bit higher to make it seem a bit believable? Maybe I of all people are the one that's just doing the majoring on minors here. Cause what was the stakes? If they didn't make it or not, it changes absolutely nothing, and that's what I'm trying to highlight here. How I know this is because the gang, which was at the bottom, right, fighting and fending off against these hordes. Some reason none of them died. They survived and were completely unscathed, which begs the question how they escaped. And if they could defeat them all along, why the heck did they not do so before? They're unscathed, and the main antagonist herself, which I can't remember the name of, but she's Charles Xavier's sister, the bald sister, will be looking like MK11 Chronica, but got the power of Delsin Roll to see people's memories or whatnot, which is why we got flashback syndrome in this film. So, they escape. I don't know what the stakes was there for. I guess for spectacle, because, this film, it is called Marvel. I'll give it that. They get out of there, and they fight all these weird, useless, and just bizarre Deadpool variants that were introduced nowhere before in the film, and what happens to them is more told than actually shown after they get into this fight. For some reason, effeminate soft boy Wade doesn't have a healing factor, explaining why he's the only one to be killed. He gets his head blown off. Yeah, because that's what we're doing now. Wolverine just looks pissed off the entire film. He looks like he really wants to be anywhere but superhero movies. And I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the alcoholism and the stoic. The dude acts like an alcoholic. All he wants to do is just drink. He's Ben Affleck. No, literally, this dude is Ben Affleck. The guy is. Oh man, if this was DC, I'm not even making. I would so dead serious call this a Ben Affleck self-insert. Batman fell back to alcoholism. I know somewhere one obscure comic. I know New Rockstars got my back. before I stop watching her content. I might rewatch it. I know there's some obscure comic book. He was a drinker, right? I can see him doing it, and I know to back it all up. The actor himself is a drinker, so really, it's more of a real life commentary than it is just entertainment or a comic adaptation and whatnot. Like the dude is Ben Affleck. Us Batman jokes aside, excuse me. Spider-Man wannabe or a Spider-Man ex Slade Wilson love child wannabe with discount Batman, discount haven't gotten over Robin's death Batman. If someone tells me Wolverine ain't Batman inspired in the slightest, I would not believe you. I would not. I just don't believe you. Masks aside, they do look quite a lot. Just Wolverine just looks a little bit weird because Wolverines, as far as I recall, are more brown than they are yellow. But he does have a variant in comics that was brown. I ain't a comics book person. Not anymore. After 2022, maybe I just dropped the stuff. Though my knowledge and memories of it stayed with me. Definitely, no doubt, should have put in Wolverine and Deadpool in. I guess people couldn't have to wait, but should have put them in Fortnite on the release of this film. Then what? Last year, or was it the year before? I really lost track of time due to social media, probably. Anywho, where was I? Ah, right.